Hello. Good morning. How's it going? Just setting up stuff really quick. Good morning. If you say good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody that catches the replay, because nobody really catches me this early. There we go. Hi, Kale. Good morning. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Lori. How's it going? Good morning, Michelle. Nice to see you, love. How is everyone today? I have a surprise guest coming, but they are coming a little bit later. So I just wanted to check in with you guys and see how's it going. Hello. Hi, Karen. Hi, Chantal. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Matt. How is everyone feeling after the eclipse yesterday? What did you guys do? I wanted to keep this podcast from yesterday. I wanted to talk about the eclipse today, so that's why I kept this one solo. But I do have a surprise guest coming on in a little bit to say hello to everyone. Good morning, Connie. Hi, Jolene. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Donna. Hi, Erin. Good morning, everyone. So, how did it go yesterday? Did you guys have fun? Anybody go to the Path of Totality and get to see the whole shebang? Kel says, feeling intense, been intense, but feeling better. Sky cleared just over the little ranch, and it was amazing. That's wonderful. Fantastic. I was doing clearings for most of it, and then I went out and sat on my deck and soaked up the sun. And I froze my butt off because I realized that the sun is not very strong during an eclipse. I had to go inside and grab my blanket. The sun was nice and warm when I started, but during the peak eclipse, I was freezing. So I just felt really good. I did a bunch of clearings yesterday, and we have our weekly SRT meeting tomorrow. So I'm excited to talk with Chen and see what they were able to discern from their perspective. Total cloud cover in the UK. Woke up at 1 p.m. Great meditation last night, though. The energies were really good for meditation. I went into, I don't even know what. I don't even know what happened because I finished my clearings and I got to go outside and enjoy some of the just the energies coming in. And then about 30 minutes later, I felt overwhelmingly exhausted. And so even though I was drinking caffeine, I was drinking tea, I still fell asleep. I had to take a nap. Anybody else have a nap in the middle of the eclipse? So it was the peak that I watched. I was able to observe during the peak. And then, I fortunately, I didn't last very long after the peak. Definitely needed a tap. Oh, did Loy's meditation on a star right before the eclipse. Perfect. Wonderful. Oh, what did I miss? Hold on, scrolling back up. I just got accepted to the in-person SRT training with Jono and Andy. That is wonderful, Matt. Congratulations. You are going to absolutely love it. I'm so excited for you guys that are going to the class. I will be actually making an appearance, I believe, at the end. I do have my retreat in Colorado, but I have a feeling I'm going to be going straight from Colorado to England because there's another event that's right after the live one. They're going to be doing an event at the Olympia in London. It's kind of like Disclosure Fest, but like the British version. And so they're also going to be going to that. So maybe I'll pop over and see you guys at the end of class. So yeah, make sure that you guys are looking into that because there's quite a lot of excitement about this new class. There's going to be a lot of mediums and a lot of people that are signing up. I'm so excited to work with new people. I absolutely love working with Ruth and Katie and Dave. But there are going to be, we need more mediums. This is the thing, our mediums, they can only really work about 2 hours before they get burned out a little bit. They're in trance. And then when they come out of trance, they're sweating like crazy, they're thirsty, their back probably hurts because they haven't moved at all in like 2 hours. And so what would be ideal is that if the facilitators had several mediums they could work with. So that way, I would be happy to do clearings 10 hours a day. But the mediums can't hang out that long. So we need mediums very badly. This work is going to get more and more needed, you guys. It is. It's going to get bigger and bigger, I guess is the best way I can put it. And I have no doubt that we are going to need as many people as possible. I mean, we could have 50,000 of us doing this work and still need more people doing it. So thank you very much, Matt, for coming. I'm super, super excited to hear that. And would be nice to work with you, Matt. So I'm looking forward to that. Wonderful. So anybody else want to talk about what happened during the eclipse? You were in Andy's class during the eclipse, Nicole, huh? Nice. How did that go? Michelle says my husband should get medium training. We should all get medium training. We are all mediums. Every single one of us are mediums. It's just that we don't know it and we aren't using it. So if you don't use it, you lose it, as they say. And it's never completely gone. It's just you got to start developing it again. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, it doesn't get as strong as it could be. I was so exhausted with the run up to it. Feel a shift today. Calmer. Feel more in control again. Quiet. Third eye feels more open and I feel ready. Booked a holiday to Spain. That's wonderful, Lisa. Fantastic. I'm so glad you guys are feeling more, acclimated to these energies today. David says, I was out in the middle of a big lake on a boat right in the center of the path of totality. During the eclipse, we were sitting on the back swim platform with our feet in the water, and one of the people was with us, was playing with their singing bowls. It was a truly remarkable experience. Lovely. The sky was cloudy leading up to totality. However, the clouds broke and the sky opened up right for the entire total eclipse. We all took off our eclipse glasses and we're looking at the eclipse. Oh, I cut off the rest, David. I'll have to relook later. Awesome. What a beautiful experience. I bet seeing on the water must have been something really special. Matt says, I've been working on mediumship for the last several months, clearing land. Wonderful. This is the thing. A lot of our clients come to us and they need a clearing, right? So if they need a clearing, their house needs a clearing. So we clear the house too. But you don't realize the house is also sitting on a property. And yesterday, it was funny, I was doing a clearing and I asked, I said, are there any earthbounds? And the medium said, no, there are no earthbounds attached. And I said, well, what about in the house? And they're like, no, there are no earthbounds in the house. And I said, well, what about outside around the house? I'm going to find an earthbound to send home. And they're like, actually, there is one in the garden out back. And I was like, see there. There's always at least one around somewhere. So yeah, this is one of those things where we are tuning more and more into our space. And so our houses, yes, they need clearings, but our properties need clearings even more. There's curses on properties. There's all kinds of blood feuds that have occurred. So yeah, property clearings is a big deal, Matt. We need that. Thank you. Especially if you guys think about all the spaces, like that prison that was converted into a school that we cleared like last month. We are very much looking forward to doing more of those, by the way. More mass clearings on big areas. Let's see. Does anyone think it's interesting that the path of totality was until 144? Are you serious? I didn't even notice that, Jordan. That is so cool. Love it. Wonderful. There's there's a sign for everything these days. And yes, I did see the eclipse. Somebody asked if I see it. I'll show you the picture I got. I did. I took a pic. I got a pretty decent one considering we had some serious cloud cover thanks to all the damn chemtrails. So yeah, that's the one I got yesterday. That's what it looked like from my house when it was in its peak. So there was a lot of birds around too. I was like watching the eclipse with birds. There were like 10 birds sitting on my house looking up at the eclipse at the same time I was. I was like, oh, I guess we got a show going on. Any of you guys travel to places that were inside the path of totality? That was up by Buffalo, New York, which was like 6-7 hours from me. I was like, nope, not doing it. Nope. I think I'm going to smudge my home today since it's actually nice out. Great idea. This is one of the suggestions for aftercare that the soul guides gave the other day to one of my clients. Is they said to him, they said, you need to open your blinds. You need to let the sun in. You need to let the cool air come through and get all the stagnant energy out of the house. And they said it's important. This is, of course, coming from Nim, who is a Shaolin monk. So his perspective is going to be, of course, in the more monk type of thing. But Nim suggested that, you know, you make your bed every morning and you start like an actual morning ritual of doing these things and cleansing your space every day. And one of the other things they keep suggesting is spraying salt water. Salt water, if you mix salt and water and just spray it around. There's a couple kids that was having issues because they were astral projecting. And this is the thing. Our children are astral projecting like crazy lately. And a lot of parents are starting to notice weird things around their house, and they keep smudging, and they don't understand that the reason they're noticing weird stuff is because their kids are opening portals and leaving their portals open. So one of the most important things that you can do, even if you didn't remember anything from the night before, every morning when you get up, you make your bed, you brush your teeth, you do all this morning ritual, add to your ritual that you set the intention to close any portals you may have opened the night before, inadvertently, unconsciously, because yeah, there are a lot of portals. And this is one of the things. We found 8 portals in somebody's house last night. And we're like, oh, why are all these portals open? What is going on here? And it was the kid. It was a little kid in the house that's astral projecting. And every time he dreams, he decides, well, I'm going to go somewhere. So when he goes somewhere, that's what he does. He opens a portal and goes through it. And then when he comes back, when he wakes up in the morning, he comes back through the same portal. But then he's leaving the portal open. And so lots of stuff are coming in behind him. And then the house ends up haunted. And everybody's like, what is going on? Nobody's ever died in this house. It's a new house. I don't understand why my house is haunted. It's almost a brand new house. Well, nobody needs to die in your house in order for it to end up pulling in earthbounds. So make sure that you guys are closing your portals. And I'm going to be talking about that quite a bit more during my class. Thank you for mentioning that, Chantal, because even I forgot I was doing that. I actually have the link here for you guys. If there's anybody that'd be interested, I have an astral projection and protection class. I didn't do one last month. I did one the month before, but this astral projection and protection class is going to be different because I've got more information now. I've been learning a lot through my sessions. I've been learning a lot through SRT, and I have some information from Chen and the soul guides that I can put into this new class that is directly from the guides. So this is going to be the best one yet, I think. So if you guys are interested, it's $33. It's on my new website that Christopher made me. Love you, Christopher. Thank you very much. The website is still under construction a little bit, but there it is. We've got a lot more to add to it. And yes, I am taking bookings for SRT right now. I am caught up. I've only got about a week's wait, I think, maybe now. So if you guys are interested, you can take a look, check out. I've got the SRT bookings. So you guys don't have to message me privately as much anymore about asking questions about this, but you're more than welcome to. But I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to get a website up and running. So there it is. Ta-da! astralara.com. Thank you, Christopher. You're the best. And Michelle says, I can make small bowls. The coaster I made is about 5 inches in diameter. Oh, that's nice. Wonderful, Michelle. I meant to share that post. Michelle actually had a great idea the other day. She made an organite comb. And I loved your comb, Michelle. I thought it was really cool. It's basically just crystals inside resin and stuff. Crystals and copper. And the interesting thing about the combs, one of the clients I had, their aftercare advice was in regards to her hair. And she didn't ask about this. The guides just said, oh, by the way, if she's wondering, the reason her hair is starting to thin is because of the astral parasites. She's got a lot of astral parasites that are attaching to her through her commercial shampoo and conditioner. And those are what's causing problems with her hair. And so, and here I am playing with mine as I'm talking about it. But they basically suggested that she find an all natural shampoo and conditioner to help combat these astral parasites. But they also explained that a lot of the chemicals in there are not good for your head anyway, you know, like SLS and all that stuff, sodium lauryl, what do you call it? Sodium lauryl sulfate and a few others are just not very good for your hair. So they suggested coconut oil, tea tree, or at least a shampoo that is natural that doesn't have all that other funky stuff in there. And so they also recommended that she smudge her hairbrush and her hair to try and get, you know, they cleared the astral parasites, but unfortunately, if you're still using the same shampoo, they're going to come back. So you start, you know, combing out your hair, or you taking salt baths, that sort of thing, to try and clear all that. So what's interesting is they suggested, you know, just smudging the hair, smudging hair brushes, and clearing the energy of that while you do it. So yes, Chantal, brilliant idea. We can get really clever with this because there's lots of people that do like rosemary and other things that are good for lavender, stuff like that. So you want to look for the all natural options for all of your toiletry stuff, because we think about the chemicals that we're absorbing into our bodies, but we don't really think about all of the other stuff that we can't see that is still in there too. So yeah, it's really important that everything that touches you, and I'm not just talking about shampoo and soap. I mean, even your clothing, like everything on you, get absorbed through your skin and you don't realize it. So yeah, it's important to try and get clever about these little things in our lives that can all add up, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to share them. I can even make a post about it. I was meaning to make a post about Michelle's really cool comb. So I'll do that in the SRT group later on today. So yes, she needs an organite comb. Better start making some more, Michelle. Really clever idea. And, you know, there's all kinds of different ways we can get even more clever with organite. Where to book a SRT? Oh, thank you, Ariana. I missed that. My website, thank you to Christopher, by the way, is astrallara.com. So yeah, we're gonna add some more pictures and some cool stuff on there to make it pop, I guess. But for the most part, right now, I think it's all the functional stuff matters. It's now up there, so you guys can book that way. But if you're still confused, if you want to, you know, you can message me. Anybody can message me privately and ask for a clearing. Clearings are taking about 2-3 weeks right now, but like I said, at least it's not as busy as Andy. Andy's still booked, I believe, like 4 months in advance. So I do have a special guest that is coming soon. What time is it? He'll be on in 10 minutes or so. I'm sure some of you are going to be able to intuitively pick up who's going to come on and say hi. Yes, astrallara.com. I picked a lighthouse to be the focal point for my website. I hope you guys like it. It's really cool. I Googled cosmic lighthouse and I found that. I was like, oh, it's perfect. So I am going to add, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I just wanted the functionality up there right away. So that's why the website looks the way it does right now. The functionality is the most important thing. So there is going to be a place that we can leave reviews. We're working on that. Thank you, Ariana. That's really lovely. For now, if we do a clearing on you and you would like to leave a review, please just leave it in the Spirit Release Therapy group, because there's a lot of people who are still, you know, on the fence about SRT, who are kind of like waiting in the wings to see other people's perspectives on it. And so we are going to be increasing our, what's the word? How do I say this without getting myself in trouble? We want to show you guys more SRT stuff behind the scenes. So there's going to be a lot more coming that we're going to be using Aura for, that you guys will be able to see. more of the behind the scenes stuff when it comes to doing clearing, so you guys can get a closer, deeper perspective of this kind of work. Yes, we are going to be sharing all kinds of case studies with you guys. Because I'm not sure. Have they got it up yet? I'm gonna check really quick on the Spirit Release website. They had a link where they had all of the information about the SRT research that they did. 1,000 cases over 10 years of SRT research. You guys got to check this out. This is really impressive. This is just goes to show how meticulous Dr. Palmer was when it comes to his organization. I'm nowhere near as organized as this. So that's why I have wonderful people like Gabby, love you, Gabby, who are interested in helping me organize some of this. I shouldn't say me, but helping us organize our clientele, our case studies in a way that we can show people results, like actual results. So the feedback is really important, you guys. If we do a clearing for you, and you get your report, one of the best things you can do to help us is to send us feedback in a couple days after, just to let us know how you're feeling, anything that's changed, that sort of thing. So yeah, you guys, if you want to see actual clearings, you can go and check out the recordings that are on their YouTube as well. If you search Dr. Terrence Palmer and you check them out on YouTube, you will see they actually have old case studies that are on there that they recorded live. The reason we are very, very cautious about doing live clearings, because we have actually noticed that they can jump. They're like fleas, and they can jump through screens. They can jump from person to person. And so one of the things that we have noticed is that we do have to check our sovereignty before we do clearings and after we do clearings, because it is entirely possible that sometimes they jump from the person that we're clearing to us. Especially when you're tuning into their energy. This is one of the big things, you guys. This is why some of the students that we've had in other mediumship classes, not to say any names, have gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble because they go tuning into other people's energy without knowing what to do. So if you're a medium, yeah, it is really easy to tune into other people's energy. In fact, sometimes you do it without even realizing you're doing it. Sometimes we do it. I was working with Sephora Krupnik, and she was tuning into my energy, and she laughed. She's like, "Did you know that you were tuning into my energy when I was tuning into yours?" And I was like, "No, I was just sitting here trying to clear my mind. Like, I had no idea I was doing that." And she's like, "Yeah, I was tuning into your energy, and you immediately came and checked me out and was checking out my energy." And she's like, "It's okay. I was just wanting to know if you knew you were doing it." And I was like, "Nope. I had no idea." I wasn't even trying to do that. So it just goes to show we have a lot of power, a lot of brain power that we are using that we don't realize. It's kind of like those functions that are going on in the subconscious, and we don't know that they're actually happening. So this is why I say you got to be careful who you're tuning into. If you even think about people, sometimes you tune into their energy. And unfortunately, and this is something we've noticed, especially with a couple of the hybrids that we've been trying to clear. And yeah, we found hybrids, you guys, hybrids of level 2s and 3s. So a mix. It's like an alien demon, basically. Not trying to spook anybody, but yeah, we found a couple of them. And the reason that they are so clever is just their level of intelligence. They are so smart. And why they are so hard to catch is because the minute we tune into the client's energy and they have one attached, they're gone. Like a split second. Like it literally was like, oh, gone. And we're like, what was that? And they're like, hold on, there's a residual energy trail. Let's chase it. And they did. They went after the residual energy, and that's how they figured out what it is and where it is. And the problem is that if something is not attached to you, they also don't really remove it too. So if something is kind of hanging out in the vicinity and it's not attached to you, it makes it a little bit more difficult to know what's around. So yeah, this is the thing. We are getting smarter. We're getting more and more clever every day with how we do this work. But unfortunately, so is the dark side. So this is one of the reasons why it's so important to be as clever as we are and to keep up with this kind of thing and to keep learning and evolving with this work as we go. Because, yeah, as Kale eloquently puts, there's so much we humans are not coherently aware of. It goes to show we still haven't fully embraced our magic, as well as to have yet become cognizant of our own aptitude. Perfectly said. We don't know what we're doing. To summarize it all, yeah, we have so much when it comes to our latent abilities, but we don't even know what our abilities are. So how do we know when we're using them? So this is why I say everybody is a medium, and I am not kidding. Every single one of us are. It's just that not all of us have been in training and exercising those muscles, if you know what I mean. Keisha says that's why staying present is so vital, so we don't wander into other timelines, past or future. It's a good way of putting it. And yes, this is the thing. This is what Bashar explained, that the illusion of time passing would not exist if we weren't shifting from parallel reality to parallel reality every second of every day. So just so you know, you're actually moving through timelines every time you do anything, every time you have a thought, every time you take an action. We are quite literally just dimension hopping all day long. And you wonder why you're so tired sometimes. Let's see. My guest should be here in a minute or two. They are someone who is quite commonly fashionably late. So we'll see. We'll see when they're going to get here. I'm just going to check in really. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of things that we're not aware of. Like yesterday, like I said, there were some kids I cleared that were astral projecting and they don't even know they're astral projecting. A lot of children have it that way, where there's they're astral traveling and are leaving their houses. It's like this is the thing. We watch our children everywhere they go. We keep a close eye on them. We don't want them talking to strangers. But at nighttime, when they're asleep, what they do is entirely up to them. They could be out wandering the neighborhood. They could be at school, going and messing around with stuff. They could be absolutely anywhere. So it is important to educate your kids and to tell them, if you see anything scary, you just tell it off, or you go, you start visualizing happy things, because you can transmute a lot of what you see. But it is also important that when your kid wakes up in the morning, or if they say they had a nightmare, you don't brush it off. You don't just say, oh, you shouldn't have watched that movie last night. Well, they watched a scary movie and now they're manifesting an entity in their own nightmares because of that. So this is the power of the mind, yes, but it's also true that they may not be manifesting things, that they may end up picking up things that somebody else manifested too, because we are a collective. So somebody else's nightmares can influence somebody, even somebody across town. So yes, golden white light, whatever you need to do to protect your children. I usually do the violet flame. I'm really loving the violet flame lately. So I just told Aiden just to imagine yourself in a big, huge bubble of purple energy. And that purple energy protects you and raises your vibration. But this is why another thing is, with this whole shift in energy in the eclipse and all of the chaos that's happening recently, it's only going to get worse, you guys. There's only going to be more and more activity. So this is the time to start preparing and getting used to doing your psychic protections, keeping up with your spiritual hygiene, having conversations with friends and family about these things. I know it's not easy. My mom was carrying organite around in her pocket the other day. I was out with her checking on the goats and having a laugh. And sure enough, my mom's like, look what I got. And she busted out one of the organites that I made. And I was like, see, you are listening. The fact that my staunch Republican mother is carrying organite around, I'm telling you, the shift is upon us, you guys. Like, I never would have believed it in a million years. Not a chance. So this is what I mean. If my mom, no offense, mom, if you're watching, but if my mom can shift, anybody can. Okay, just for the record. Oh, yes, Kim Beecham. Yes, Kim Beekman's Violet Flame meditation is phenomenal. I'm going to have to get her back on the podcast sometime, and we can do another chat with Kim. She's amazing. I started making Organite right before the solar eclipse, and I'm totally loving the process. Isn't it fun? I love making Organite. I really do. I'm still not very adept at it yet. Michelle's are looking much prettier than mine. But I am really excited. We need to start practicing and start making some cool stuff. And I absolutely love how clever Michelle is getting with some of her molds. That comb was just brilliant. So yeah, we all got to get clever. And you can make different ones. We can have ones for children. Make different, make a Minecraft Organite if you have to. Aiden will actually love that. Maybe I should do that. Minecraft Organite. But, you could get really clever with it and make like the little blocks and whatever and start making children's Organite. Maybe that's what I'll do because I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. You guys are already doing your cool thing. Like I saw a mold for fish the other day and I was like, nope, I'm not going to get a fish mold because that's what Michelle is doing. So maybe I'll just make cool like kitty ones. That's a good idea, actually. Make children's Organite. I like that. Lego Organite. Yeah, Christina. Brilliant. Can't you get like Lego molds? Genius. Are you putting up a class for your site? Well, I have hold on. I have my workshop here. Is that what you meant? Because I do. I have the workshop on Sunday, you guys. I have the astral projection and protection workshop on Sunday. There's the link. If that's the one you were talking about, love. There it is. So yeah, I will be teaching an astral projection class this Sunday at 2 p.m. And that way you guys can learn about astral projection and extra protective stuff, spiritual hygiene, that sort of thing. It's going to be a 3-hour class. I have about 16 to 20 pages worth of content to go through, and I have had to change some things because I've learned quite a bit over the last 6 months or so. So yeah, you can get Lego molds. Awesome. Genius idea. I thought Organite had to be a pyramid shape. Nope. You can make Organite in any way you want. The most important thing is that it's layers of organic and inorganic material, and it brings in the negative energy, and the negative energy vibrates between the organic and inorganic stuff, and that's when, that's when things are, Nope. 2 of my dogs have lumps too. They're not bug related. I would get some CBD oil for your dogs. CBD. Yep. The strong medicinal stuff. Does amazing. And it helps with human lumps too, for the record. And castor oil. Castor oil also helps. What type of mask do you use when making one? Resin smell makes me really dizzy. You should not be sniffing resin, honey. Not while it's curing. If it's making you dizzy, that's a sign. No, we definitely need some of those M95 masks or some kind of a mask for noxious chemicals, because while it's drying, there are a lot of stuff that comes out that you don't want to be breathing in. Mystic Essences has Organite for Kids in bracelet form. Genius. Love that. I did see I actually almost got some bangle molds I saw the other day. Maybe I should get those. But those big bangles, apparently they have molds for those. So you can make those big resonite bangles. That'll be nice. Oh, I see you, you spammer. I got you, Cora. That's your real name. Block. Nope. Bye-bye. Damn scammers. There's always someone. Speaking of scammers, I had somebody try and steal my identity yesterday. I had somebody contact me from a bank saying, "Did you get a loan? And are you sending this loan to somebody in Boston?" And I was like, no. And they're like, I'm like, "Can you validate all of your information?" And they did. They proved they really are from a bank. And then I was like, oh shit, this isn't good. So yeah, I had somebody try and steal my identity yesterday. Little shits. So I'm going to have to try and do some damage control on that today, too. It's been a really exciting week, let me tell you. So I am going full out on these scammers and spammers that are popping up lately. But they're everywhere, you guys. I've had like 5 people clone my account this week. So just be careful, okay? Make sure that when you guys are sending messages or checking on stuff, I still do not have access to my private account. The one with the skulls that I had in my private account, still didn't get that one back yet. So just be aware that you got to be really clever, changing your passwords, making sure that you guys have that 2-factor authentication on. I had it on and it still didn't save my account. So make sure that you guys are really, really cautious nowadays. They are out there in full force right now trying to steal stuff. Christina says, imagine a organite bed frame. There is a guy, what is it called? Is it eye pyramids? Oh, let me find him. He's on Instagram. He makes organite beds. Hang on. Instagram. Well, he doesn't make the whole bed organite. He makes a pyramid that fits over the bed out of organite, and it's really cool. So since you're mentioning it, Jason Stiles, the founder of Eye Pyramids. Yeah, check these out. He's got, I mean, this is some serious level organite, you guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, check out Eye Pyramids on Instagram and you'll see what I mean. His organite is next level. He's even got these really cool, like, look at those. How's that for organite? But yeah, he charges like $300 for a pendant. But his organite is insane. I should actually ask him if he wants to come on the podcast. Look at that. That is like mastercraft level organite. That is insane. Where's the one with the bed, though? That's the one I wanted to show you guys. They have a whole bed that they covered in organite, and it was the coolest thing. But yeah, you can get really clever with organite. You can make it as big as you want in all forms, all kinds of different shapes. Darn, where's the one with the bed? Oh, there it is. See? So what they do is they actually end up activating the entire bed space with it. Look at that. How cool is that? It's insanely expensive too. Exactly. This is like organite for millionaires. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's probably like, I think, a few grand for the one with the copper, but that creates like a whole toroidal field around your bed. Imagine how well you would sleep. Like, we're all talking about, lots of people talk about fancy beds and what kind of, posturpedic, whatever it is you're going to get. I'm telling you, you put a grounding mat, you have some of that. Imagine, I mean, there's oh, I've got my guest here. Hello. I didn't see you. Hello. You ready? Ready? Ta-da! Hi, bud.
Hello, everyone. How you doing, Lara?
Good to see you. We were just talking about organite.
Yeah, I've just been watching. They look incredible.
Sorry, I missed you. I didn't see you down there.
No, it's fine. I've just been lurking in the background.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, I feel totally whacked. Totally whacked. I've got to go to the doctors every day to get my wounds redressed, and I've got an infection in my opening, which isn't getting any better, and it keeps weeping every day, which is why I keep having to go back to the doctors. And it was only the nurse today who was not very happy with the condition of the wound and the infection, and she spoke to the to a doctor there, and they've just called me because they've realised that the antibiotics that they gave me are the incorrect ones. So I need to go and get new antibiotics.
What were you on, placebo antibiotics? Like what?
Yeah, not the right ones to fight the infection where the infection is. So really, pain wise, I'm on a very, very low level of pain. I'm really not. I would be exaggerating if I told you that I was in any amount of pain, but I am just so exhausted and so tired. Um, and as the nurse said just now, one of the reasons for that is that my body is trying to fight not only all the work that they did over the last couple of weeks, um, and there was more to it than expected, but also is that my body is now trying to fight this infection without the assistance of the antibiotics that I should have had 2 weeks ago. So that's it really.
Wow. What a
Yeah,
journey you've been on.
yeah, crazy, crazy, and a journey I'm very, very grateful to be on. Absolutely, absolutely grateful. So incredible. So part of it was I had to go in and have a, a condition reversed, and I had 3 hernias that were very painful. And normally hernias are about the size of a golf ball. My hernias were the size of a melon.
Wow.
Very, very uncomfortable. I couldn't wear jeans. I couldn't wear trousers. I couldn't sit down for very long. Um, so all of that work had to be worked on. Um, but as soon as I came out of surgery, and as soon as they sort of brought me round, the surgeon came over and he said that the surgery had taken just over 2 hours longer than expected because of the
Wow.
way the initial surgery, because of the condition of my internals and the way that they were left, rather than put back in place before they stitched me up and left me. So So they then had to re-establish all my stomach muscles in the correct position. My organs had moved, my organs had changed. They had to put them all back together,
Oh
stitch them
man.
all back, uh, and staple them, or not staple them internally, but stitch them and then staple me up. Um, yeah, I've got about 60 centimeters of scarring on my stomach now. Um,
Wow.
but without that surgery that I've just had, it would have got worse. It would have got worse. I would have got more uncomfortable. And they only realized how bad it actually was once they opened me up. Um, and the only reason why they opened me up is because of the generosity of you, Lara, of Daniela, and of everybody, absolutely everybody that contributed, whether it be the GoFundMe page or the good wishes or the good messages. And I'll tell you about White Hawk in a minute as well. Um, but the sole reason I'm now here in far less pain than I was 2 weeks ago, and I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining how I feel at the moment.
That's
Um,
fine. Please do.
and the sole, and I feel better than I did before my operation, even though I feel completely whacked out, and that is purely down to everybody that gave me their thoughts and helped me to do this. And I'm so so grateful. I can't put it into words. I really, really can't. But it's been a journey. Because of the extra trauma to the body, I was in hospital for longer than expected. Um, I was actually hoping to, certainly on the GoFundMe page, I was certainly expecting to update that whilst I was in hospital and just say hello to everyone and things like that. And I just couldn't. I just didn't have any concentration.
It's okay, bud.
Um,
Really,
I
you don't
couldn't-
have to say anything there. We're just happy that you're doing better, that you're looking better anyway. You look better now than you did before the surgery. So I
yeah.
could tell there's been some progress, even though it's been
Oh,
slow.
huge, huge. Yeah, can't believe it. 3 days after my surgery, I was always kind of regretting day 1 and 2 after the surgery because I knew that would be extremely painful. You know, you don't get that amount of opening and not feel it. And I knew that was going to happen. And day 3 came, And Louise was there, and I was like, I think I've got this. I think I'm all right now. I think I'm on the home run. And then all of a sudden, this infection kicked in. The temperature kicked in. Bloody hell! Day 4, 5, 6, and 7 let me know they were there for sure. And those were the days I was expecting to have my real recovery and come home. But because of that, they kept me in hospital. Excuse me, for a lot longer. But it's all good. It's all very, very good. I'm in no pain. I'm sitting down. I'm in no pain. Um, Literally, I I struggle to talk for too long, which is just because of the effects of the anaesthetic, and also because during the operation my lungs collapsed,
Yeah.
and they have to come back into full working order. And because I can't walk around too much, my lungs aren't being used properly, and I keep having to rest because of the infection and because of the small gap I have in my scar that's beginning to open. And they can't have that open anymore because that will lead to more infection, etc., etc. But I feel fantastic. I feel really, really good. I'm resting. Louise is really looking after me. I'm getting lots and lots of messages, and it's just incredible. And like I said before, really, I'm so grateful to everybody.
We're so grateful to you. I mean, honestly, you changed all of our lives for the better in many ways, you and Andy both. And so, it's the least we can do is come together as a community to help out in any way that we could. And we're glad that we were able to be there for you in this situation.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's the whole power of this page, and it brings together people with like-minded intentions, like-minded thoughts. And we all understand the power of thought. We all understand the power of prayer, the power of healing. And that's just reminded me to talk to you about White Hawk as well. Um, and these things work. There's absolutely no question to it whatsoever. These things work. I had a profound experience in my first operation 18 months ago, which I know we've discussed before. When White Hawk was in there with the surgical team working, as well as some of the guides that have been sent over to help out. But this time I was, I guess I think it was day 3. It was just as I was beginning to feel a little bit better before the infection kicked in. And I was kind of feeling okay. And it was the first time I called him in to have a little chat and to thank him for his work and everything. Because the first 2 days, literally, I couldn't move. I couldn't even string a sentence together in my own head, let alone speak it. So, and I was lying in bed in the ward, and I called him in, and I could feel him. And the whole thing with White Hawk is, I think that he's about 5'2", 5'3". I could probably pick him up and put him in my pocket, but his energy is just huge, absolutely huge. And I could feel him getting close as I was beginning to talk to him. And I was saying the usual stuff. Please look after me, please get me through this as quickly as possible, um, with the right intentions and the higher good and all that sort of thing. And I said to him, "Thank you very much for the healing. I know that I've had it." And he said, "Let me stop you there." He said, "I need to explain to you what has been happening." He said, "I have been a conductor of an orchestra." And in my head, I'm like, "What? What do you mean? What do you mean
I
you're a
just got
conductor?"
goosebumps when you said that.
Yeah. So what do you mean you're a conductor of an orchestra? And he gave me this vision. And he said, "There has been so much healing sent. We've had too much in one go." He said, "And what you have to understand is that although it's all sent with good intentions, and although people say now, get the healing over now, we can't deal with it all in the now because there was too much. He said also, there's a number of guides that have been sent over with specialist skills, and those guides have to come in order. They can't all come in at once because it won't be conducive to your healing. He said, we have some guides that are just pure specialists in energy. He said, now imagine how they work on rebalancing the energy and the frequency within the body and all the cells within your physical as well as your mental condition. We had guides coming in helping you with mental conditions. And now you've got to think of a surgical team coming in and working the physical as well. He said, we can't have it all in one go. He said, let me show you how it works. And if you just imagine a symphony orchestra, and he had his back to me, and instead of people sitting in tuxedos and dinner suits, there was just hundreds of guides, and they were like either indigenous, there were Victorian surgeons, there, you name it, and it was a whole collection of guides. No matter what you think a guide looks like, they were all there. And Whitehawk standing there, and he's sort of going to one section of the orchestra, and all of a sudden, this hum would come from just that section. And of course, music and hum and song has a vibration. So that was their healing vibration. And then a little bit later, he'd keep that going, and he'd go to another section of the orchestra, and they would begin to raise their hands, and so you'd hear their hum. And all of a sudden, these hums are now beginning to work together, and the vibrations are beginning to work together. And I can feel my body vibrate. I can feel the energy within my body vibrating. And then it'd go to another section, and then another section. And I guess this happened for about 45 minutes to an hour, until eventually the whole orchestra, they all had their hands up, and all you can hear is this hum. And as the hums come together, it was like a choir singing. I can't think of the word. You know where they all sing in different tones and it all comes out in a harmony.
Yeah.
And there was just this most beautiful harmony coming out, and the feeling of the vibration coming through the vision that he was showing me. And then once it all cooled down, he said, I show you this, not in real time. He said, this has been over the last 2 to 3 days, but I show you how it works. He said, he calls me Mr. Man. He said, and just to let you know, Mr. Man, there is still a queue outside, and we're letting them in one at a time to come in and help. So all those guides come from all the good wishes of everybody on here. And I know that with our connections with Louise and Michelle and everybody else, that we know a lot of spiritual people, and they too have been sort of spreading the word for healing and everything. But it's just been an incredible experience, an absolutely incredible experience, a very, very humbling one. Thank
We have
you, everyone.
144 people watching right now. I don't think it's a coincidence. No, that is a sign. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I was looked after by the nurses. I'm now home. I'm now pretty much sleeping most of the day. And yeah, I'm back.
Wow. Now you got me all choked up.
No.
As soon as the goosebumps came, the waterworks came flowing. Jeez.
Yeah, they normally come after, don't they?
That is amazing. Yeah. And I just, see, it's so funny. It still says 144 people watching right now across all the three platforms we're streaming on live. That is just amazing. It just goes to show how powerful star seeds are when they come together, and how big our army is on the other side. And it's an army of light and love, and it's just
completely, completely,
wow.
and the whole power of it is just incredible. So yeah, just read a message from Donna saying we're stronger
Yeah, I was
together.
reading Donna's messages right when you said that. We are stronger together. Beautifully said, Donna. Exactly
We are
so. Well,
absolutely.
speaking of being together, you got a lot going on, sir. You better start healing fast. You got
Yeah, yeah, we have got a lot going on.
you do. We're gonna need you. That's why everybody was there. They're like, "Yep, well, Jono's important. We got to make sure this one's sticking around longer."
Yeah, yeah. Well, that would be nice. That would be very helpful. But yeah, yeah, we're working. Um, I mean, I've been, you know, I I can't not work. Even when Andy was coming into hospital to see me, we'd have a chat for a bit, and then all of a sudden we'd begin working a little bit. Um, but I do understand that I have to just do it sensibly. I do understand that.
Yeah, you don't want to
But
overdo it.
yeah, but we've got the course in May that we're really, really looking forward to. We've had quite a number of people sign up for that over the last sort of 3 or 4 days, actually.
Yes, we
So
were just talking with Matt. Matt in the comments was celebrating his acceptance to the live class. He's very happy about it. He was
oh,
talking
is
about
Matt
it in
on
the
here, is
comments.
he? Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he was
just
on. I
come
don't know if he's
through.
still on, but yeah, he was on. He's very stoked about it.
Yeah, he's just come through. So that's really exciting. So we're really, really looking forward to that. Plus, also, Katie, who works with us, she's just beginning to organise the event at Olympia in London, which
Yes.
is probably the largest mind, body, and soul holistic fair in the UK. And we've just signed up, and we've got a really good location there for a stall. For anybody that does know, Paul McKenna's going to be there. There's other names that are going to
Nice.
be there. This is a big deal, and this is a very big deal for us. So we're certainly looking forward to that. And of course, what it does mean is I've got a lot of work to do,
Yeah,
and
you
that means
do.
that means I need to rest now. Hopefully, now that I'm going to get on um, my correct medication, that will help as well. So all
Yeah,
positive, and we're all going in the right direction,
wonderful.
and lots of exciting things to keep me going.
And there's still some spaces for the May class. Yeah, you got a big, beautiful hotel all ready to go.
The hotel, Lara, is stunning, absolutely stunning. It's a Georgian hotel, but it's just been refurbished internally. The whole place is just absolutely stunning and absolutely perfect for what we have. We've got places where, because we've got exclusive use, we've got a big room where we'll be doing the teaching and also the actual workings, because we get the practitioners working together on day 3. So we've got space for that. It's just such a lovely location. Of course, where we are in Wiltshire, we're in crop circle country. So if
Nice.
people come over towards the end of May, you never know, there might be a couple of crop
They
circles
do pop
locally.
up around the middle of May. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do. I studied
certainly
crop
May.
circles in that area for quite a while.
Yeah, certainly May into June.
Hmm.
And I know when you came, and there was a number of people that went to Avebury to have a look around the ancient stone circle there. And certainly the route between where we are and Avebury is the heart of crop circle country. We're half an hour from Avebury. So Silbury Hill, all around there, the hills, the rolling hills. Very regularly do you just drive past and then you see a crop circle. It's absolutely stunning. It's a wonderful place to be. So, I mean, the other thing with it, which I guess is the most important thing about the training that we do, is that from our first phase of students, they are now getting um, a really good client base themselves. They're doing
Mhm.
regular work, and the feedback they're getting is absolutely incredible. And of course, this is the reason. This is the reason why we do it. So we all stay connected. We all stay, just as we have this larger community here, Lara, with your podcast and everything else. We have a very tight knit community between the practitioners where we all talk, we all help. The advice is ongoing, the help is ongoing, the support is incredible.
Family
From
is
from
what it is. Yeah.
it is like a family. It absolutely is. It's almost like when you do this, you become blood brothers and sisters because
Yeah.
you're all in for the same thing. You're all in this for the same reason.
We need each other. We protect each other. We make ourselves stronger, you know? It's like Donna said, stronger together. And when it comes to clearing large spaces, you've seen what we can do. I mean, it's incredible. We can clear 3 massive buildings in an hour and clear 600 entities like bam.
Yeah, the power of the collection, isn't it? It's
Mhm.
it's incredible. It's like a warrior base. And it really is because on the Wednesdays where we have our private practice where we all have a chat and we talk about experiences and stuff. As soon as one person says, "Right, I need help with this," everyone is on it.
Yeah.
Um, and just like you, Laura, when there's an area that I just want to discuss, and everyone was like, "Right, okay, this time next week we're all in. We're all going to work it collectively," and that's just what it produces. And we're very lucky because we've had that quality of person come through the system, really.
I can't
So
think of a more important job in this shift, to be honest. When it comes to 5D and changing the world in a positive way, I've been looking for ways to influence the world to a higher degree for many years, and there's nothing like this out there. No, no, not
no,
even close.
no, we've looked. Um, I mean, being in this for the years that we have, we've got a very good knowledge of who else is out there and what they're doing, and there is nothing like this.
Well, if you think
There is
about it, look
nothing.
what we were only 6 of us doing that clearing. So imagine when we get 20 of us. Imagine if we get 50 of us. How powerful it will be then. We're going to be quite a formidable ally for the all the high vibe beings that are here to change
Yeah,
things.
yeah, complete ally for good. And this is what's happening. This is absolutely what's happening. And the problem, I guess, the biggest problem that Andy and I have had is the amount of people that have wanted to come through this and expressed an interest in doing this. And at the time, it was only myself and Andy. Now it's very different. Today is very different. We have very, very good. Honestly, I can't say how good the team we have around us is. Extremely good. We're very, very lucky. And we've got people that are now taking things away from myself and Andy, which means that the engine is now running smoother and it's running faster. So things are happening that Andy and I would, things are happening in 2 or 3 days. Andy and I would take a week to do because we have everything else to do at the same time. Also, when it comes to the online course, we are just doing a bit more work on that on Friday. That's already agreed with myself and Andy that we're going to work on that on Friday. And then hopefully from that, we are expecting to release the online course within a week or two.
Wonderful.
So
There has
that
been a
is
lot of
happening.
interest for people that can't travel. So yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is happening. And I know that we keep saying it because the intention is always there, but the reality to life is that things get in the way. Something happens that takes Andy's attention. Something happens that takes my attention.
We're still a
Now
very
we have,
small school. We're growing. We're getting there.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But now we have a team. Things are different, and it's been, we've been caught not cautious, but we've made sure that we've got the right people around us doing the right things. Um, so yeah, absolutely. Within I think it's fair to say within 2 weeks there will be emails going out inviting people to come in now, because we will be releasing the course, um, and it will be going ahead.
Yay, more mediums to work with. Yay. I was just
Yeah,
telling him this
and
morning, like I would do this work 8 to 10 hours a day. I would, but the mediums can't be on trance for 8 to 10 hours, so we need more mediums. That,
and that's
yeah,
that's the thing. And actually, there's a couple of mediums coming onto our next course in May, the in-person course, and they're very, very good. Um, these are people that I've known for a little while.
yay.
One of them I've known for 20 odd years, I guess. Yeah, I suppose I've just shocked myself realizing how long I've known this medium, but I've known her for about 20 years. Really good integrity, a really good healer, a really good trance medium. And she will be at the next in-person course. So there
Wonderful.
will be facilitators that want to work with her for sure. Her name is Polly. She's an incredible person, an incredible medium, and her friend Jane as well, who works a lot with Polly. They're both going to be there doing this. So again, the team expands, the team gets stronger, and so the work will continue to be amplified throughout the world. And the feedback that you're getting, Lara, the feedback that Dave, absolutely have. You can't mention one without mentioning everybody.
I know. The
Denise,
whole school.
Stacey, Katie, Ruth.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it is everybody. They are all getting incredible feedback, and that is the whole purpose of this. Is that at the end of that line is somebody that yesterday was vulnerable, and today they're not, and that is the most incredible thing about this. And then, of course, as you know, it's about a little bit of education. We don't go out looking for repeat business. We are about sort of helping
They
people to
come to us.
understand.
We're already busy enough without even having to
Yeah,
advertise.
yeah, yeah. It is about trying to get people to understand the basic level of psychic hygiene, really, and looking after their psyche, and their health, which of
And their
course then goes
children
through
too,
their,
it's a big
their
one.
sorry.
For their children too, the children's spiritual health and well-being too. It's a big one.
Absolutely, absolutely, for the home, for the family, for the children, and the whole thing with it. If you have one person in a family who is, whatever condition, if they're unwell, that affects the whole family. So then imagine being able to take that away from them within an hour. And we are on an 80% ratio. We can't do it to everybody, but we do it for the majority. And the more people we get in, the more analysts we can work with, the more we can try and break that 20% down to 15%, 10%, because ultimately the goal is 100% effectiveness on every single clearing. But you've only got to help one person, and that one person, the goodness in that clearing will then radiate through their home. And if they do take on board the protection advice that we all give, and look after their psychic protection, their psychic energy, and if they do take that fairly seriously, there will be a huge positive outcome and a huge positive difference to their homes. And that's the power of it, really. It's incredible work.
It really is. And they're singing the praises about your wife Louise in the comments, saying about how wonderful her mediumship training is.
Louise's mediumship.
Yeah, yeah. So for
Yeah,
those
she's
of you
so,
who might be interested in expanding on your mediumship abilities, Louise's class is phenomenal. She's a wonderful mentor, and so is her sister Michelle.
yeah. So they're downstairs actually.
And
Yeah, but they might have just gone out. They might have just gone for a walk to go and get my new medication. But they are both.
give them our love. We loved having them on the podcast as well. We'll have to have them back sometime to chat a little bit more
I, I
about their
most
mediumship
I
class.
most certainly will. I most certainly will. But yeah, they do their psychic Sunday stuff, and they do their mediumship training. And the whole thing with Louise and Michelle is that we've worked together for years doing different things.
Hey, it's
So when
11:11. Ariana posted that comment. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, I just wanted to check. Psychic Sundays. You make sure that you check them out. If you really want to get to know what mediumship is all about, Psychic Sundays podcast on iPodcasts, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you check it out. It's I just love it. I just love everything about those two.
they are good, and although they're sisters, their personalities are different, and they complement each other very, very well.
Yeah,
Really, really
yes, they
well.
do.
Yeah.
So are they going to be coming to the Olympia event, maybe?
I don't even know. We haven't even spoken about
I
it.
was say we'll have to talk them into it.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Louise is very supportive over Michelle and what she does. Michelle equally to Louise, and Michelle's husband Richard is a lovely, lovely guy. And collectively, it's a nice little team to be in. That you're lucky enough to call them family, but everybody is like I don't want to say it in that way, but it's like a powerhouse of energy when it comes together. So literally, I think it was Katie that came up with the Olympia thing. It might have been Andy. And then all of a sudden, it was all systems go. We had a meeting with the organizer yesterday. And then this morning, it was all paid for, done, booked. And we're now busy getting all of our banners for the stall and everything else. So we literally haven't even had time just to sit down and take it all in and work out the nuts and bolts of it, really. But
well, things will evolve as it's meant to.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's very exciting, very, very exciting, and can't wait.
What link should I share for you guys for the class that's coming? Let's see. Should I just share the sraacademy.com website?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You guys can find all kinds of information up here. They've got meditations, they've got class info, they've got information on the practitioners, they've got testimonials, they've got SRT research, they've got articles. Y'all have like a whole smorgasbord of good stuff on your website.
Yeah.
So there's the link for you guys to check it out.
I think Michelle might be watching. She's just put a little message on saying hello.
She's late. We were just talking about you, Michelle. We've been singing your praises for 10 minutes, and now she appears.
If you're down there, come up. I thought you might be out. But if you're down there, come up and say hello.
We were just talking about you and Louise, Michelle. Nice to see you, love.
I can't hear anything downstairs. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they are here. Yeah, come up and say hello.
Okay, we'll do. Nice.
I can hear them now.
All kinds of special guests on today. Love it.
It's like a party. It's like a spiritual party.
There's Matt. He says, looking forward to seeing you in May.
Hello.
Nice to see you both. How you doing? He's looking better now than he did before. He's looking good.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? All of that.
We're telling him, like, you don't look unwell. You look fantastic.
Definitely. When I rocked in yesterday, I was like, wow. Like you say, definitely better before the surgery.
Yeah. Nice.
Definitely.
Good.
He just told us a beautiful story about the orchestra, the spirit guides coming.
Wasn't it?
Made us all cry.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? It will take you to tears. It was a beautiful story, and what a vision, what an experience.
What was this, in trance or something?
No, it's when I was in hospital.
Oh, what you? Yeah.
With all the different guides coming in and working and Whitehall telling me how it all works.
Nice.
We've got quite a large team on the other side, don't we?
Yeah,
huge.
And everyone else's as well. Everyone else's guide that stepped in to help. It was just magical.
Just crazy.
How lovely.
We were just talking about your class. When is your next one opening? You got any spots coming up for new mediums? People are wondering.
It starts, so it's the intermediate one. We've done with the beginners now. We've run that twice. Honestly, I'm not joking. There were tears today with the breakthroughs and everyone following the correct protocol, the grounding, the protection, building the layers onto the mediumship. And then in the last the last one is really them practicing. And weren't they, Lou?
It was just amazing.
Evidence, names coming out. They've never done it, you know.
To see the progression in just 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They stunned themselves, and they just made us feel very humble. It
Yeah,
was
we
a
were teary, weren't we?
beautiful experience to see them having taken those steps forward. And so that our intermediate mediumship course starts next Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it's open to anyone that's done our beginners or done a beginners course with someone else that we would consider to be acceptable teachers.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So we would kind of vet people if they haven't learnt with us.
Yeah.
You guys are busy planning the next wave. Wonderful.
Yeah, that would be about bringing in and managing multiple spirit coming in all at the same time, so families on both sides, a little bit more about attachments, a little bit more about the slightly darker side of stuff, so
bringing in your doorkeeper and really teaching people a bit more of the nitty-gritty of mediumship and how to cope with doing readings.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, we're
looking forward to it. 15th. Have you got any more spots available? Is it full?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful! You do. Nice.
Yeah. Come join.
Which website should I share? Which one? Both?
Yeah, both. The Michelle. Who am I? What am I?
You're a modern day medium, yeah.
I'm the modern day medium. Thanks, honey. The modern day medium.com or Louise Hedges.
Medium.com.
Medium.com. Either or, it all goes into the same funnel. It doesn't matter.
There we go.
Yeah, do Michelle's because it's got the actual links to her on her website. We did it under one roof, so all good.
Right,
thanks,
we're going to love and leave you all. Lovely to see you, my darling.
Lovely to see you guys. There's the link if you guys are interested in signing up for the intermediate class. They'll have another beginner's class eventually after this intermediate one, I imagine. Yeah, people are asking.
Yeah, advanced after this one. After the intermediate, we'll be doing advanced, and then we'll go back to
beginners again.
Beginners, yeah. So
wonderful. Well, thank you both for joining us, for popping in, and thank you to Jono as well for coming in and updating us on everything. I'm so happy to see that you're on the mend and getting better every day, slowly but surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good. Thank you, and thank you for everything you've done, Lara, as well. It wasn't for you.
It's a pleasure. We're all in this together. You know, we're one big soul family.
We absolutely
including everybody that's listening. We love you guys too. Thank you all for joining us today. And we'll see you again soon, Jono. Yeah, we'll have you back on when you're feeling real good, and we'll have more chat.
Yeah. You take care, Lara.
Hopefully soon.
Bye,
love you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everybody.
See you guys tomorrow.
You.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.